Good evening everybody and welcome along to the second round of Inside Line Racing. This is ILR5 and we are at the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. And yes, I had problems with my mic just then, but luckily it is all sorted now, so all good, jobs are good and we can get started. So this circuit was actually completed in 2004. It was the most expensive Formula 1 circuit, but then Abu Dhabi became the most expensive at $6 billion, whereas Formula 1 for Shanghai was $240 million. So, interesting fact there. So, if you missed last week's race, it was really chaotic. The fact that it was raining for the race, and it brought some surprises. And it brought some good racing as well. And Aaron got his first win of the season, and Dane's car came from like 11th place to get second, which was amazing. And he was like driver of the day, and he had some great battles. So looking forward to seeing what battles we got. Now, I am trying to see the gamer tags to see what's different. Unfortunately, Danestar can't make it tonight, so that's why Payne is in the Mercedes. He was in the Ferrari last week, but he's in the Mercedes. So, yes, we do have some people which couldn't make it last week, but are back for the rest of the season. Let's just go to the man in the Williams. We got Larkin. He is racing in the Williams this season. He couldn't make it last week, but welcome him to ILR5. He was in ILR3 last season, and he's looking to get some better results, really. So, we're interested to see how he does in qualifying. And also another driver who is in the Ferrari this season, who couldn't make last week, is Paul McGuinness in the lovely looking Ferrari. He is a Ferrari fanboy, so I'm not really that surprised he's chosen the Ferrari choice of colours. So, pretty good. Just to give you an update on who's joined. We do have a few reserves tonight. A few people could not make it. And we do have someone who's going to be a full-time driver. And that is Conquest AL99 in the Toro Rosso. I don't think he raced last week, so it's good to have him around. Obviously, there we go with Joe97 in the Haas. Good to see a lot of you in the chat as well. Oh, my mic's a bit loud. Okay, let me turn it down. Sorry about that. There we go. Hopefully my mic's quiet. So, I am going to go through the results for last week. Now, I've prepared something very special for this. Here we go. So, let's just have a quick rundown of the results from last week. Last week's results, it was Owen White who won, who leads the championship with Danestar in second. Cam K had a good result in third, with Joe in fourth place. And then we have Roberto Mancini in fifth, Carmed sixth, Jay Carty seventh, and Speed Senna in eighth, Conquest in ninth, Ritson in 10th. And then we had a reserve, I think, in the other one. So, and then the constructors, let's look at the constructors, there we go. Constructors, Red Bull leading the way with 31 points, followed by Mercedes, then Renault, and then fourth place is the Haas, then it's Ferrari, then it's Force India, in seventh is Toro Rosso, and teams without any points is McLaren, Williams, and Sauber. So, 3 teams not in the points, which is, you know, unfortunate, but here we go. So let's get back into the race, because I know you guys want to see the race. So there we go. Hope you like that little introduction. So, tyres are on offer today. We've got the Ultras, we've got the not the Supers, we've got an Ultras, Softs, and the Mediums. Another skipped compound track, which is one of the first skipped compound tracks on this game. So yeah, should provide some great entertainment, to say the least. Now, a lot of people in ILR7 we just see the Wenzo going very wide. That's costing him a little bit. A lot of people in ILR7, the race I was racing it, some people did mediums to softs, and that worked out quite well for them. I did softs to mediums, biggest mistake of my life, but hey ho. So let's just see someone on the lap. Paul McGuinness is on pole at the moment. a 131.6, but we could see some 130s, 129s maybe. I'm just going to see who's on a lap. Conquest might be on one. He's actually about to start his flyer, I think. Yes, he is. He's on a high ERS, so... But I think he is going to get there. So, yeah, he's just about to start a lap. So let's follow him around the Shanghai International Circuit. Now, turn 1 into is very, very tricky, very, very windy to get right, and a very common spot for overtaking here in Shanghai. And if you get it wrong, then this can cause a lot of bottles and a lot of collisions. And then you go to the almost to the right hand side, maybe stay in the centre, depends on and then you brake just before the 100-metre board. Him actually keeping to the circuit quite well actually, so it looks like it's going to be a good lap from Conquest. Now just he did race last week, he was a reserve driver last week, he's a full-time driver this week. Just to get to grips with it. So as he goes around the right hand, get one of the long straights coming up here just before the DRS straight. Braking just a bit on the 50-metre board there. Senna going a bit wide there, but obviously he had to let someone who was on a hot lap through. Conquest is running out of fuel, so he's got to find some time. Oh, we got Lenny and Matt in the chat. Hello. Good old Lenny. So nice to see you guys. As he actually flipped the DRS quite well actually. I don't think he's going to have time to go for an in-lap actually if he doesn't set this, so he's got to be careful. But his lap is looking good. He's probably going to go to the pits. Yes, he is. Great. I'm just going to find someone else who's on the lap then so I can follow. Roberto just goes third fastest in the Ferrari. We are starting to see the track start to rubber up as well. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but it looks like it's going to be dry. Because I haven't seen any people in the chat. How do you know my name? From ILR streams where your name gets mentioned quite a lot. That's why. So, yes. So, the best tyre to probably qualify will probably be the soft. Because it'll probably be more grip. But we may see people do the 2-stop and try and do a little bit of a gamble. See if it works. 2-stop sometimes is faster, but you never know. Because the new tyre patch, the laps will be incredibly faster this season than last season. So do expect this time to be a bit faster. Right, there's Owen Payne on their out laps. We got Rich on his flying lap as well in the Force India. He's on the soft as well. I'm just going to see who's got their best ones. So we've got quite a mixture of tyres. Quite a few people deciding to opt for the mediums. Now, they must be watching the races that happened earlier on this race. Earlier on tonight, I mean. And decided that mediums may be the best option. But, yeah. Maybe I should have done that in ILR7. But, hey-ho. I learned from my mistakes. Rich is going to the left-hand side now. He's definitely got enough fuel to make last lap. Please don't go into the pits. No yamming, that's okay, that's all good. As he goes across the final corner, what lap time is he going to set? He puts himself into P5, so not a bad lap from him on the set of soft tyres. Shapalili is looking for a better result tonight. He had a big crash with Payne in the first, well, pretty much, I think it was the 9th, or I can't remember which lap it was. But it was very unfortunate, so hopefully he can get a good one today. I don't think he's on his out lap. Oh yeah, actually he's on his, yeah, he's on his flying lap, my bad. He's sticking, I think he's just trying to get the tyres warmed up before he gets it in. I'll just have to see if he's on a fly at the moment. I don't think he is, he might be though. Yes he is. So he's going through the start finish straight. Towards, I need to remember these turn names, I should really get a track map, but I forget. I forget these times and it's not good. As he goes around the right hand side now, it's important to go on the right. Yeah, when he goes to the pits, I thought so. So quite a mixture of tyres start in the front row, which is interesting. Got a soft and then an ultras. Ultras apparently only last 4 laps, I think. So I don't know. Now, Omo's just got 8. He set his best time on the mediums. That's not a bad time on the mediums. It's the fastest time on the mediums so far. Payne's on a medium stint at the moment in terms of his qualifying lap. Let's see what he could do here. Going up to 8th gear. He's P14 at the moment. He was very good in qualifying in Australia, so we do expect highly from him. And someone put is hoping for a Shapalili Masterclass. I swear, every person I follow, they go into the pits. It's probably like a jinx or something. Now, another person I hope to do well is Ritson. Now, Ritson didn't have a good result last time. I think a lot of people are going into the pits now to start their last lap. Now, get your predictions in the chat who you think is going to get pole. For Verstappen just set a 1:31.3 on the softs. Now, I wonder if that's the fastest you can get on the softs. I haven't tried a lap on the softs actually on this game. Senna's gone wide in the pits. That is not the best time to take. Right, who can I see that's on a lap? We got Rich and we got Owen. I think let's see if he might be on a lap actually. Yes, he is. He's running out. No, he's not. He's not on a lap. Rich might be on a lap though. No, he's not. I swear, every time I follow. And the 50, it looks like in the number, it looked like there's a Z, but it might be just me. I might be talking bonkers here, but, you know. So, as Rich goes into the pits as well, it's getting to a sort of quiet point of the session where everyone is going into the pits to their to go on their out lap. Shapalili is one of the first people to start their final out laps. Very important to not leave it too late because otherwise you're going to encounter quite a lot of traffic. So only 17 drivers, so not all 20 drivers are here today, but that's okay. We're still going to have some great racing anyways. Gavin said RZD 2000 is going to get pole. Or RZDV. My bad. Now, luckily the names tonight, the gamer tags tonight are easy to pronounce. And recently, a lot of people have changed their gamer tags. I decided not to change mine mainly because I just didn't want to. And yeah, I just didn't want to really, to be honest. And I only had a PSN since like July last year, so I was like, there's no point. But at least I get a free choice if I want to change my mind later on. 7 people has not set a lap time. They haven't got long. Aero Specialist is in the pits right now, so he hasn't got that long. Let's follow Shapalili on a lap then. He's going to start turn 1 right now. He's only chosen to go down to 7th gear at this stage. Not quite sure why, but possibly to gain momentum. Luckily, he approaches turn 1 and 2 quite fine indeed. A little bit of a slide there. That might have costed a little bit of time. I think what he's deciding here is to not go high ERS mode until he hits the high gears, which is highly good of him because obviously you want to have as much ERS as possible to possibly do 2 laps. For me personally, when I do qualifying, I just run 0 for my in lap and out lap, and Conquest has just retired. And for my hot lap, I do ERS mode 5. But basically, it's down to personal preference. So another tricky set of corners. This corner kind of reminds me of Spain, but Spain, that type of corner is a lot more tricky, a lot more steeper gradient. As he's going for the DRS straight now. He's going up the high revs. He's bumping up the ERS as well, up to 4. He's on 50% ERS mode now. There's someone right in front of him on the hot lap as well, I believe, or about to start one. Now, I don't think Paul McGuinness is going to set a lap. Another lap. He's in the pits right now. But what does Shapalili going to respond to Verstappen? He's second on the soft tyres as well. So, not a bad lap time from Shapalili. Very good from him. Now, we got 1 minute. I think Chapelini will have time to set one more lap, I think. Kamke's on another one as well. He's not doing too bad. He won in ILR4 last season, so he's looking to repeat that. He goes 4th. He improved by 3/10 that lap, so pretty decent. Quite a few people on their out laps, but they are going to make it in time, luckily. So that is good. Who else could challenge? Payne's in 3rd, I mean. So he's beating Paul as well. But the interesting thing about ILR5 is you never know who's going to get pole. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 2. Don't know what. That's probably going to people running slowly or something like that. Rich comes across the line. He's 7th. How's Verstappen? Verstappen's not looking too bad. He's still got quite a few traffic in front of him. I think that might be Chapelini or Aero Specialist. I don't know. In front of him. We've got 9 seconds left of qualifying then. Our current pole sitter is this man in the Haas, the number 78 on the ultra soft tyres. That is a little bit of a gamble, but Verstappen thinks that the 2-stop is faster, so and he goes to the pit, so he's going to put on that lap. Chapelini's going to set another lap. Is it going to be pole? Yes, it is going to be pole so far. How's Payne looking? Is he slowing down? Yes, I don't think he's going to set a lap. How about Kamke? Kamke's on a lap as well. Quite a few people are finishing. It's going to be close. Kamke comes across the line in the banana. In the Renault banana. What lap time does he set? He stays 6th. Oh, he was so close to finishing that lap. Joe's on 1 as well. Owen's on 1 as well. Let's see how he's doing. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him as well, but his lap is not looking too bad. A lot of people, a lot of close times tonight in ILR5. So, what lap time is he going to set? Is he going to improve? Oh my word! What the hell? That was close. But luckily it was the AI, not him. So, but anyway, he's in 12th. So, I don't think anyone's going to improve. Oh no! Rich is on pole. I didn't see that. I wasn't paying close attention to that. So, your pole man is Rich 500 on the Ultra Softs. 130.4. I was quite surprised not many people went on the 129s, but it is due to tyre damp, so... And Chapelini is in 2nd. So, a very mixed grid. Aero Specialist did not set a time. So, at least he does have... He has free choice of tyres, though, luckily. So, he gets free reign of what tyres he wants to go on. Well done to Rich. He was looking good when I was watching one of his laps earlier. He was looking in contention, but he's got to really try and make use of those ultra softs and not let it wear out that easily. So we'll have to find out as soon as possible. So, here we go. Here is your standings. So, on pole today is Rich. Spot is 6/10 per second, so not as close, but look at the rest of the field though. We've got Verstappen in 3rd, Lorenzo in 4th, Payne in 5th, Carty in 6th. He's changed his game as by the way. We've got Paul McGuinness in 7th, so the 2 Scots alongside each other. Kamke in 8th, Roberto, the Welshman, in 9th, Ritson in 10th. We got Joe, Speed Senna, Owen, Conquest, RZDV, Larkin, and then Aero Specialist. And I managed to go through all the standings by the clock. I didn't manage that last week because I was concentrating on so many good things. So I hope you guys are all ready for what is looking like to be a good race. I don't know what the weather, it is going to be dry. Probably a relief for the drivers, not going to lie. Because, you know, the race I just ran, it was dry as well. So, it's quite surprising actually because some of the other leagues I was watching, I'm not naming any leagues, was raining. So I thought, oh, it's going to rain today again. But you can't have 2 races in a row, surely. So, we'll just have to find out how this goes. How Rich can hold off with the guys behind him. In terms of his ultra soft tyres. When will it start to run out? People on the softs They'll start to pit around between lap 12, lap 13, 14-ish, depending on when their tyres run out and stuff. Most people on the softs will probably pit around lap 12, but it does depend if their teammate has a similar strategy. Not quite sure what would people do if they would go on the softs, so we'll just have to find out as soon as possible. So, we've got the formation lap coming for you. There we go. So, let's just look at what tyres we have got for the session. So, for those of you new, the ones who were qualified in the top 10, they basically have to start on the tyres that they qualified on. So, basically, Rich, Lorenzo, Cam K and Umberto all on the Ultra Softs, with Chapalili, Verstappen, Payne, Carty, Paul and Ritson all on the softs. Now, the bottom half, a mixture, to be honest. Well, we got a few disqualifications already. We have got Joe on the mediums, Speed Center on the softs, Owen on the mediums, Conquest on the mediums, RZDV on the mediums, Larkin on the mediums, and Aero Specialist on the softs. So all three tyres used on this Grand Prix. Which one do you think, which strategy would you use if you were racing? I know some of you guys that are watching, Lenny, have got a race on Sunday and are wondering which is the best strategy to use. You are in the right place if you want to find out which is the best strategy to use. It is quite a tough one. Mediums to softs could work, but again, we'll find out. So if you just joined us, welcome along to ILR5. It is really hot here where I live. It's about 18 degrees right now, and it is very hot in my room. And I've got a bit of hay fever as well, which doesn't help. But it is not going to stop me doing this. So here we go, as everyone is warming their tyres up to perfection here. Now hopefully it's going to be another crazy race like we saw last week. Last week was very entertaining actually. So, could we see a different winner this week? Could we see everyone finishing a race? I wonder. I hope so. I hope we don't see any retirements, but I'm probably going to jinx it, am I? So not going to say anything more. So, are we ready? Now, we are ready. There we go. The lights are coming on. So we got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are underway for the ILR5 Chinese Grand Prix. And looks like Verstappen's lost positions, but Rich is off to a very good start with Chapalili right behind him. And look, yeah, it looks like the Sauber is ghosting quite a lot here. Everyone make it through turn number 1 cleanly. Yes, they have the really twisty turn 1 and 2 coming up. Conquest making up some good moves as well. Some good changes up the front as well. Senna up into 7th. Now he's another full-time driver. He's filling in for, I think, Farbo, who can't make it tonight. He's in 7th. And Aero Specialist has dropped it. Oh, I think we got some more issues. Jack Payne has dropped it as well. Hold on a second. Where is he gone? He is up into 16th. And we got Conquest in. Oh, we got a Ghost as well. Lorenzo's dropped it. So a lot of people be getting put off by that, I think. But so far, as Richard leads, Chapalili in 2nd and Verstappen in 3rd. Verstappen not that far behind from Chapalili though. And I was following the wrong person almost. That would have been a disaster. But there we go. And we also got Paul McGuinness trying to make a move on Cam K as well. So he's probably the closest battle. He's going to take the right-hand side. A lot of people going side by side on this DRS straight, even though it's not DRS enabled yet. Very tight corner entry. Cam K almost lost it a little bit there. That means Paul is up into 4th place. He's now got to catch up with Verstappen on those soft tyres. Now they're on the same strategy, so that's probably going to help matters. Verstappen still close to Chapalili though in these first set of corners. Can he try and make a move into turn 1? Or will he back out of it? He's trying to make the move. He can't make it stick, but looks like Paul was trying to capitalise and be like, I'm looking for someone to make a mistake, then I can make a move. I think that's what you're thinking right now. As Shapalili has got Verstappen and Paul and Kamkate breathing at their necks at the moment. So I wonder how that's going to play out for the rest of the Grand Prix. Roberto not that far behind Kamkate as well in the other Ferrari. So basically we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car train. We pretty much got a 5 car train for this, and we got our first penalty of the session. Although what, a 3-second time penalty. You don't really want to get the first penalty because that might set you up a little bit. Kamkate is trying to cover Roberto up into the long back straight. We got the Williams, the speed center, trying to cover up Roberto as well. Oh, we got the Mercedes Ritson trying to take advantage of people's mistakes. And Ritson's up into 7th. Rich already gained 2 places. A few people have gone into the pits. Ringo must have had some issues because he has dropped it down to 60th and he's in the pits. So I wonder what tires he's going to go on. But Ritson, he is having a great race so far. It'll be interesting to see his biggest gainers as well. The order, not much changing up the front, but you never know. We got Larkin not that far behind for Roberto as well, so very tight exit coming up here as well with JKT and the Red Bull trying to fight off. Ritson almost lost out to Senna there. Both the Williams teammates actually doing that well. So they're both in the points at the moment. So looking good for both the Williams. Shame it's not like this in real life where the Williams are not as fast. But it is equal cars. So that is what it's meant to be. Larkin still from managing to find some ground, which he's doing quite well. And Roberto and JKT. Aero Specialist is getting quite a few. He started last and he's up into 11th. So he is very decent. I think Owen's going on the softs. I think he's going to do a 2-stop. I don't think the softs are going to make it to the end. So he's going to probably do a 2-stop, I reckon. But here we go. We got Ritson and Speed Center right up front. We also got freeway battle for the last point. JKT, Roberto and Specialist. Well, look at that. What has happened there? Oh, we had carnage from the 2 Renault. We got the Williams and we've got Mercedes just dropped it. We almost had Larkin lose it a little bit there. JKT now up into 6th. Oh, Senna's binned it in the pit wall. That was similar to what I did in practice earlier. Well, yesterday. I almost binned it. That is now going to cause Speed Senna to go in to the pits. So a few people having to pit a lap earlier than they thought. So yes, now Speed Center is now last of the runners, so up into last place. Well, we got another yellow flag. It's telling, but it's not going to tell me who. Great. So what other battles can we see on track at the moment? We have got Jack Payne with Specialist and Roberto. Now, I've forgotten one thing, and I'm an idiot for forgetting this. I need to remember the Supercharge Award, which I give to the one with the biggest position. But right now, let's concentrate. Oh, Shapalili's taking the lead. Over Verstappen and Rich. Rich is losing it. His tyres are dying. Looks like Paul and Verstappen are going to go past him. Rich tries to cover off. But there we go. Rich is now up into 4th. Rich is probably going to have to pit this lap. Yes, he is. The Ultras don't last very long in China, so don't really start on the Ultras. Kamkate is going to go into the pits as well. They're going to likely do a 2-stop. But Shapalili masterclass in the lead. Now, I'm not going to say anything more about Shapalili because the last time I said anything good about Shapalili, he but died. So, not going to say anything more. So, most of the ultra soft riders are going into the pits now. And going on to the soft tyres. So, I think they're doing an ultra to soft strategy by the looks of things. And we are starting to see faster laps come in. So softs probably the best tyres to be on, but we will start to see the mediums come to its own as well. Paul McGuinness not that far behind Verstappen in the Haas as well. Top 3 in pretty close proximity at the moment. Don't forget, it is very hot in China. Luckily, since the Ferraris are spread out, there won't be any team orders for the Ferrari guys, just like in real life where the team orders costed them a chance for some good points, which was very unfortunate, really, to be honest. I felt bad for Leclerc, for one of the drivers who I was rooting for this season. DRS is enabled. I don't think he's going to gain that much speed going into that. No, he is not. So he's deciding to back out. What has happened to RZDV? He's dropped it as well. He's been on the mediums for pretty much most of the race as well, so we'll just have to find out. Larkin, he's got specialists in Jack Payne to catch up with as well, and he's also got Joe right behind him as well. There's literally battles going everywhere you go at the moment, but it just depends on how well they manage their tyres. The mediums, these three are all on the mediums, so they've got to manage to push quite well. Actually, no, specialists are on the soft, Jack Payne's on the soft. My bad. I'm looking at the wrong group. But there we go. Larkin will probably feel the mediums coming to his own a little bit more, and will probably have a chance to overtake these guys just before the pit window. So it will probably around about lap 10 is when the softs will probably start to die. That was when I struggled with pace earlier, when I was on the soft tyres, and a lot of people overtook me. So I was struggling on pace. I think Lorenzo is not having the best of races, and now ZDB is pitted. So the biggest gainers so far completely forgot to do that. Aero Specialist up 11 places. With Larkin as well, he's gained quite a lot. Joe, Conquest as well. I'm just going to try and find some close proximity battles. Aero Specialist is not that far behind. He's going to look around the outside. A similar to move what Verstappen and Vettel did earlier on this year in China. Well, on Sunday actually, just gone. Well, luckily they make their way cleanly, and Specialist stayed in 6th for now. But he's got to get 5th maybe. He's got DRS open. They're going to go side by side into turn number 1. It might be who has the fresher tyres that's probably going to gain an advantage here. But luckily they're on similar tyres, so that doesn't matter much. What a move from Aero Special. Oh! And then Jack Payne was trying to cover it. That was good from Payne. Larkin is looking for a chance to make this opportunity stick for him. But he knows that these guys are quite good on their tyres, so... And this is his first race back after a while, because obviously he couldn't make last week, of course. And he is impressing me. He's been impressing everyone, I think. So that is good to hear. So we just joined the Chapelady lead in the McLaren, followed by Verstappen, P2. Gap separated 1.1 seconds. Ritson in the Mercedes trying to battle for the last point. He's got Conquest quite close up to him as well. Chance to make the move here in this long DRS straight. Who's going to get the edge here? Similar tyre length, but Ritson's on softer tyres. Oh, that was almost a bit of a touch from them. Ritson getting a 5-second stop go. That was a little bit of a corner cut, and looks like them two almost pushed each other off the circuit there, by the looks of things. That is not how you race. But hey-oh, Ritson gets P9 for now. Jack Payne's still up into 5th. He's got Larkin as well. Oh, it's very tight going through turn 3 and 4. We're almost touching each other again. It's nice that they're not making that much contact and not much damage at all, which is good. So Specialist in 7th. He's got Joe right behind him though, so he's not out of the woods yet. He's got Jay Carty, You feel on the softs for quite a bit as well. Don't forget some of the guys who just went to pit on the softs quite early on. They will have to go again, either for a set of mediums or for another set of softs. They do have to use 2 different sets of compounds for the race. So that's what they've got to do. Larkin's other opportunity to get this move done. You can see Jack Payne knows where Larkin's going. You can see Payne is probably looking in his mirrors now, seeing where Larkin is going to go. Shame he can't look back really on spectator cam. Ooh, that was close once again. I think one of them broke a little bit too late there, but he probably had to, because otherwise you would have been carnage, and you don't really want carnage. Now, Stappen in the pits. Now, is he going for the 2-stop? No, he's going for the 1-stop. Verstappen is going on to a set of mediums. Now, him pitting now, I think it's a bit earlier, but he probably, because he was struggling, he probably had to go to the pits. Oh, and RZDV's out of the session. I didn't see what happened there. But we have our first retirement of the Grand Prix, which is very sad to hear. But hopefully he can come back stronger if he does race again, because he is reserve, of course, in this race. And we still got some other races going on throughout the week in China as well. If you want to join, there's ILR4 happening at the same time as well. If you want to have both streams going on at the same time. Let's look at what's going on at the back of the field as well. But I'm very cautious about what's happening at the front as well. So it's quite hard to see who to follow. But I think the best point is to follow the front for now, and then obviously get a bit of coach from the back. Now Rich has dropped it down to 11th, so possibly him starting on the ultras is probably not the best way to do. But he's got to bear in mind also there's still people on the softs and the mediums are still yet to pit, so they are going to find a lot of things as well. And RZDV has left the session. He is not happy with his performance whatsoever. And Larkin's about 4 tenths behind Payne, so he's got another chance to make this windy move here in that hairpin. Maybe not quite yet though. 3 laps time is where we'll see a lot of the soft runners pit actually. So, fastest lap so far. Let me just check who's got fastest lap so far. Owen's still got the fastest lap with a 1:34.6. Everyone else is on the 1:35, 1:36s. Him seeing a 1:34 early on in the race is pretty good, but obviously he had to pit early for softs, so that's probably why. A little bit of a slide from Larkin there, but he managed to hold it together, luckily. Still a train forming is oh, Aero Specialist, what have you done? He's probably lost his front wing and he's in the gravel, and no. He was running such a good race so far. I think in each race so far, at least one McLaren has had some trouble. Last race it was Shapalili. This race it looks like to be Aero Specialist. Shapalili's going into the pits now. He survived his first stint, which I think a lot of people will be pleased to hear. Jay Carty's in the pits as well. Shapalili looks like he's going to go onto a set of mediums. Yes, he is. Which is going to last until the end. Almost certainly. And Owen White getting another 3-second time penalty. I don't think anyone else has got any 3-second time penalty, so it's just him I think at the moment. Jack Payne now up into P2. He's just passed Larkin again. So these two have been fighting pretty much the whole race, which is very, very, very good. And luckily another early retirement from last race has also survived. I know we got no sound in that helicopter view. Interesting. Very interesting there. So if you are liking the stream so far, don't forget to click the subscribe button. We are on 1,000 subs. Whoop, whoop. As looks like Larkin is getting some good straight line speed. The mediums are starting to come to his own, like I said, around about this time. And he does it with ease. He's in second place for now. And there we go. Paul McGuinness is going into the pits from the lead. He's going to, I think he's going to go on to a set of mediums as well, by the sound of things. Yes, he is. So, that I think is going to make it to the end. Yes, I think it is. So, where is he going to come in relation to Jack Payne as Cam K? Paul comfortably goes ahead of Cam K and Jack Payne. So, that is not a bad pit stop from Paul McGuinness, but Verstappen and Rich are still in front of him. So, Rich getting that time very well, but don't forget Rich will need to stop again. Oh! I called that very bad timing. Conquest, his first race as a full-time driver, has gone from bad to worse. He is now out of this race. And it's in the way of pretty much the whole track. That is very bad. So, very unfortunate for Conquest. Meanwhile, Verstappen, he's finding a little bit more pace on Chapalili. But don't forget, Chapalili needs to warm his tyres a little bit more than Verstappen, because Verstappen's been on the track a little bit more as well. So due to Conquest's retirement, that pushes Speed Center and Aero Specialist up as well, which we're glad to hear. I was almost getting a rev glitch there. I didn't really want to get a rev glitch, so I had to turn the camera off ever so slightly. As we are starting to see some gaps lower down the field open up as well. The final point battle is heating up as well. We got Owen Wyatt and Conquest has left the session, unfortunate. Owen Wyatt's about 1 second behind Jack Payne, who are both fighting for points. But Owen has got to pit again, I believe, in about 2 laps time. Probably to go on another set of softs, I think. Because there's no way you're going to go on ultras to the end. That will just be literally impossible because it only lasts 4 laps. But looks like Jack Payne is pulling away anyway. Meanwhile, the back Speed Center is not that far behind Aero Specialist. So, Aero Specialist was fighting with Larkin earlier. But now he's fighting with Yellow Williams or Speed Center. Specialist can't take a break or something. So, you know, he can't take a break with me these days. Speed Center will have to pit. Well, actually, no, he won't have to pit again, I don't think. No, he won't. And also, in the chat, guys, if you were doing China, how would you do this race? How would you approach it? As we are starting to see tyres come to their own at this stage. Verstappen's still on the back of Chapalili, so I'm going to keep an eye on the gap to see if it goes any lower. Let's just follow that actually. Verstappen and Chapalili, there they go. Chapalili still out in front of Verstappen. Verstappen having a very good race in the Haas so far. So he could get some points. His teammate Jolo is in second right now, but he's still got to pit as well. We've got 2 medium runners who have still got to pit. And I think after that, everyone would have stopped. yeah, everyone would have stopped once Larkin and Joe had pitted. Now, they don't want to be in a situation when they go into the pits like what Lewis Hamilton did in 2007, which I think, in my opinion, costed him the world title. Right there, right then. Which is sad. Lenny said he would do soft to mediums. Yes, I would do. Yeah, most people would do soft to mediums. So, very good. Now, to be honest, Paul was speaking in the ILR5 chat earlier, and Paul said if he gets more than 10 points this season, then that's a win in himself. So, at the moment, he's gonna. Oh, Larkin's bottled it! I think his medium tyres are starting to die. I think that's allowing Chapelli to catch up. Yes, it is. And Chapelli's on newer tyres as well. So, could this be a bottle job from Larkin, who pitted at the who went on the wrong tyres? Maybe. Let's look at the gaps actually for the leader. Rich still on, pretty much, I think, in terms of tyres, I think Verstappen's in the net lead, with Rich in second. I think that's what it is. Beto, I think, went past J Carty. I think, yes, they are. The pack again at the back, pretty close together for the last point. J Carty wants to score some points for Red Bull, so he's going to dive it around past Roberto Mancini. Roberto now on the attack once again on the DRS straight, also with Jack Payne not that far behind him as well. Oh, J Carty one wide. That's probably going to give Roberto a little bit of slipstream. Look at Payne, what a move! What a move, he gone past Roberto. Is he going to make a triple overtake? Haas, J Carty, not quite. Actually, they're almost touching each other, but whoa, what a move from Jack Payne. So, Jack Payne is in 8th place for now, as your last of the soft runners, the medium runners are in the pit, so Larkin and Joe. That means your race leader is Chapelli, who is driving phenomenally well so far, but he's got Verstappen hotting up their trials right now. Roberto and J Carty going at it again. Crazy stuff. I think the one main advantage about this tyre patch thing that was introduced about a month or 2 months ago. What month or 2 months ago? Is they are. I know to do that. Why did I say there's no gravel in the pits? Why did I say there was gravel in the pits? I'm so sorry, Lenny. Did I say that? Oh my god. What an idiot. What an idiot. It's my words, it's my words. Sometimes I keep saying stuff and I don't know how I said it, but hey ho. But still, points are up for grabs for some of these guys. It's not over yet. Pretty much I think Lorenzo is out due to the fact that he's disconnected. We shall see anyway, as we're on pretty much halfway, just over halfway. Roberto, he's on the charge once again. He will have to pit in the next lap though, so he's got the last chance to make it count. To gain as many places as they can, but don't forget Joe and Larkin on the alternate strategy. They're on the softs. They will probably gain as many positions as they can right now. And I won't be surprised if they catch up to these two guys soon. And we could be on a four-way battle for potential 7th place maybe. So we'll have to find out as the race progresses. So maybe mediums to softs is not a bad idea after all. A speed centre is going to the pits. I do believe Owen Wyatt pitted a few laps ago as well. I didn't see that. I think that was roughly about the same time as Larkin. I I forgot who the other guy, and Joe pitted. I think Joe's doing very well to still be ahead of him, which is good. Yes, Joe's already catching up to the train. So he is on a flyer on those soft tyres. So on lap 17 now, I think it's going to be a hit or miss in whether these tyres are going to make it to the end or not, because they do last about 12-13 laps, but it is doable. It is doable. And people around the back as well, they're on the soft as well, so they could be the ones to push as well. Lorenzo pitting again, but I think that's his AI, I think. Rich in the pits for his 2-stop, and so is Cam K. They're going to go on some, I think they're going on to another set of the soft tyres. Let's just find out, actually. So Rich goes into the pits. Larkin sets the fastest lap of the race. Yes, I was right there, going on to another set of the soft tyres, which is going to be all the way until the end of this Grand Prix. And yeah, they'll make it to the end. They got 10 laps to go, so they've timed it quite well. But they've got to find it very hard to get past the guys who also pitted on the softs. But once the final few laps of the Grand Prix comes, this is where we'll start to see the midfield battles developing, because Cam K's tyres, Rich's tyres, their tyres will still be decent, whereas the other guys, Joe and Larkins, will start to die a little bit. Joe not that far behind Jay Carty, actually, but another interesting battle actually is between Ritson 97 and Rich. Now don't forget, Rich is still warming up his tyres, so, and Rich has been on the medium for 6 laps, so I can't really call it who's going to get the move done. But Ritson not doing too bad. He's in 9th place so far. He gained 1 point last week. He wants to get more than 1 point this week. He wants to get 3, if possible, even more than that. I don't think he's that close enough to make the move, unfortunately. No, he is not. But another opportunity could happen on the start finish straight soon as well, so we'll keep an eye on that in these next laps. Aero specialist in the McLaren, and we got Owen as well, fighting for position, potentially still fighting for the points. It is possible, but it is penalties, don't forget, as it's a three-way battle. Very tight corner there to overtake him, 3 wide. Hopefully it's not going to end up in tears. No, it's not. Luckily it doesn't end up in tears. Huberto's gained the advantage here. We got Aero Specialist and Owen White side by side. Owen stays in 12th. And Specialist now down to 13, but Owen has more grip compared to Aero, and so does Huberto as well. So that was decent moves from the Red Bull and the McLaren and the Ferrari. But as it stands, I think looks like the McLaren, the Specialist, will still get P13, well, P12. I haven't actually looked how many penalties people have got in this race. I probably am just going to wait until the end, because otherwise I'm going to lose it otherwise. I think he's a little bit too far back, but we got Larkin. We got Larkin on the start finish straight with Joe and Jay Carty. I knew this could be the opportunity in the race for Joe and Jay Carty to come into their own, and they've done that well. They've gone past Jay Carty, who was on a 9-lap used mediums. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So Joe up into 5th, Larkin up into 6th. Let's see how many positions they've gained so far this race. Larkin 10, Joe 6. So these two drivers may be proving that the 2-stop could work for some people. To be honest, I was reading the ILR7 chat, and I was debating on doing a 2-stop, but I think only do the 2-stop if you're able to gain some, if you're not having as much traffic, and you're able to gain as much speed to try and overtake other cars. So now I would do podium interviews, but the cable that I have to show the party audio doesn't work, so I can't do that as Larkin dives around the inside. Oh, Joe almost made the cut back there. Oh, we got yellow flag in sector 3. Probably someone slowing down. It's not telling me who. Oh, it's Ritson, I think. Is it Ritson? No, it's not. But Cam K made his way past Ritson anyway. This game, it just doesn't tell me. It just doesn't tell me. It just says, oh, you got a yellow flag in sector 3. And then it just doesn't, tell me. Interesting. So, at the moment, Chapalili is still leading this race with Verstappen in P2. If it stays as it is, McLaren are going to get their first points. Williams will get their first points as well. Sauber will probably be the only team not to score a point because of Lorenzo in last place of the finishers at the moment. As Owen goes past Roberto. Let me just follow that quickly. I think I just missed it. Yeah, I just missed it. Still train forming as well. Final point still up for grabs for these lot. They've really got to push in order to make sure they get it to perfection. You can also see here who has done that. Now, I use OBS and I use a guard for PS4, and I have to have a special cable to broadcast the party chat, so I'm able to hear it. Well, they're able to hear me. So, yeah. As all we do have a weaving Red Bull there. As we bear to go, so almost a bit of touching. Almost a bit of touching once again. Going side by side once more. With this tight chicane. Almost off the circuit though. Roberto's going to get DRS. Is he going to make it this time? Yes, he does. Roberto now up into 11th. What a move from the Ferrari. Can he catch up to Ritson in these last couple of laps? I don't think it will be possible, but you never know. Meanwhile, battle for the lead is still... Oh, Speed Center. Speed Center is out of this race. That is unfortunate for the Williams driver. So far, 3 retirements. Not as much retirements than we thought, but we'll see anyway. Verstappen closing in on Chapalili still though, so you can see a last lap battle, but we still see some yellow flags, which is not going to help matters. Verstappen going to make a lunge here into turn number 1. Very, very tight exit. Can Verstappen get the inside line? It's a very windy corner coming up here. Verstappen almost got to the edge. Chapalili tries to cover up Verstappen. Verstappen almost had the edge there, but Chapalili defended that very, very well. And Chapalili is still in the lead, only just though. Verstappen is still 1/10 behind. Roberto and Owen still having their little fight up the back there. Still have little battles as well. Let's see what's happening there. As still got a three-way battle for this. Actually, it's going to be probably. It looks like Air is going to make a lunge into turn 1. Oh! They're side by side in this windy corner. This may not turn out right if this stays like this, but luckily they are keeping it clean, so that's good. Aero especially is able to take advantage there and up into 11th place. So that is decent points for. Well, he's not going to get points, but he's still in a good position. Number 99. Love the number 99. One of my favourite numbers, actually. I think Paul looks quite comfortably in a podium spot right now. So it looks like he's going to stay where he is. And Verstappen looks comfortably in P2. But Larkin and Jack Payne side by side and out to that chicane there. Late on the brakes for Jack Payne. So that's allowed Larkin to squeeze past Jack Payne into 4th place right now. I'm actually going to check quickly on tyres. Larkin's been on these tyres for 8 laps now. Jack Payne is going to take another lunge maybe. Oh, that was almost in the grass then. Luckily that wasn't. That was close anyway. We still got Joe in the other half to think about as well in terms of this battle. Another lunge from Jack Payne once again. A bit less tired than it was the last lap. And for these guys, to be honest, are overtaking in corners which you do not expect to overtake, which is pretty decent. As I think Larkin gets the edge, and Larkin runs off the track a little bit. Luckily, he managed to still be in 4th, but for how much longer now? As Jack Payne is pretty much looking to redeem himself, and it's looking like that he is redeeming himself. As Larkin almost lost it there, a little bit there. As Jack Payne dives in around the inside. And Jack Payne is up into 4th now. Meanwhile, up front, we still got a battle for the lead between Verstappen and Chapelli to think about as well. So, battle for 4th, battle for 2nd. I can't call it. I got Jack Payne. I literally can't see who to watch here as Jack Payne is trying to cover off Larkin again. On this really tough, windy section. It's too close to call right now. And Berto's just got... There hasn't been many time penalties given this race, so that's good to see. So a lot of you guys will want to show the top 2, and that's what we're going to do, because this is a battle that is probably going to... A lot of people want our attention for the last few laps of this Grand Prix, where it could all change. Chapelli and Verstappen, they have no penalties. They're all fighting for the win here. If any of these two guys can win this will be incredible for them as Verstappen dives it in. Oh, as Chapelli goes a bit wide there. That's costed him some time on his tyres there. That's all going to help with his tyres. That means Verstappen is in the lead of this Grand Prix, with Chapelli in P2. But this battle for the lead is it's not over. I was about to say no over there, but I didn't think it would make sense. Oh, that was almost a bit tight again from Chapelli and Verstappen there. As they're almost going to go side by side again. Chapelli looking for very adventurous moves there. And being a very adventurous driver as it seems, but being cautious because he doesn't want to get involved in as many crashes. So we'll have to wait and see. The gap is pretty much the same for what it is between the battle for 4th and 5th. Great battles for the lead and great battle for 4th. Paul's just running his own race, and all he cares about if the other guys are battling behind him, then he doesn't mind. He's about 9 seconds off the road anyways. So he's hoping for Payne and Larkin to battle it up, which they are anyway. 2 more laps to go then. Get your opinions in the chat who you think is going to win this race. Is it going to be Verstappen or is it going to be Chapelli? Only time will tell. They've got 2 more laps to do it. This is Schiaparelli's first chance on these 2 laps to get the edge on Verstappen into turn number 1. Verstappen getting the inside line. He stays for P1 for now. Schiaparelli having better grip though on newer tyres than Verstappen, so Schiaparelli looks like he's going to have a bit more of an edge going into the final lap, but we will have to find out. But in terms of 4th and 5th, it's pretty even Stevens. But the medium tyres last longer than soft, so we'll just have to find out on that one. Owen White made his way past Roberto again. They keep switching positions pretty much the whole race as it seems. Not the best of races for our race from our race winner from last week. But it just goes to show we don't know who's going to win every race. I have made a prediction that we're going to pretty much have different winners every race. Pretty much. Not have the same winner winning twice in a row or something. So final lap. These two have got to make it count here. And Schiaparelli is going to try. Oh, Roberto's out! And Owen's out too! I completely missed that. Let's just follow Aero to see if I can catch what's gone on. I don't think I can. I missed it because I was following the battle between Verstappen and Schiaparelli. So let me just go back to that because it is changing once again. Schiaparelli almost had the edge there. Oh my word. If anyone could tell me what happened between the bad Sarah and Owen, that'd be great. So I didn't see that because I was following the battle for the lead. I think that might have been turn 2. It might, or 4. It might have been the corner we just gone past. I think that's when these guys have bottled it. But there we go. Looks like pretty much the order from P1 to P3 is pretty much going to, well, P3 is pretty much going to stay the same, but we'll have to find out. Last chance to get your predictions in on who you think is going to win this race. Skysy's rooting for his eSports teammate Verstappen. Schiaparelli's still in the lead. They keep switching and changing for the lead. Looks like Schiaparelli has a bit more grip, but Verstappen has slipstream and DRS, so Verstappen is lowing up on the ERS. So is he going to make the move into the DRS straight? Very tight between those two. I can't call it. They're both going to cross the start-finish line. But here we go. Schiaparelli wins the Chinese Grand Prix. He deserves it. And there we go. Here comes Paul McGuinness. He's weaving on the line. He's got more points this season than last season already. He starts his ILR season with a bang in 3rd place. Larkin having a very good result as well in 4th. Joe, good result for him again in 5th. Jack Payne, I believe, has got penalties. Yes, he has. Yeah, Jack Payne has got penalties. Oh, Jake Arty has binned it on the line, but luckily he finished. Rich in 8th, Cam K in 9th, and Ritson getting in the final point. And it looks like Aero Specialist is going to be the last guy to cross the line. Yes, he is. I think there's going to be a lot of Schiaparelli fans in the chat that are very relieved that Schiaparelli has won. He had really bad luck in Australia. He was out of the race. But this time, he delivered the goods. And he won. What a result here in ILR5. Here we go. Schiaparelli is going to celebrate. McLaren gaining their first points with a win. That's going to shape the constructors even more here. We'll get the results in a second. That was actually a good race, to be honest. A lot of battles everywhere around the field, everywhere you go. So, it would have been bare if it was raining, but you know, next race. next race. You never know. So, here we go. Shapalili takes the win. The full 25 points in the McLaren with Verstappen in P2. Paul McGuinness, his first podium of the season, in third. Larkin in P4. Joe in fifth. Jack Payne in P6. Jay Carty in seventh. Rich in eighth. Kevin Kay in ninth. And Ritson rounds up your top 10. And we got Specialist, your last finisher. And your non-finishers today: Lorenzo, Roberto, Owen, Senna, Conquest, and RZDB. So we've had 6 retirements because Lorenzo disconnected. I wonder if he got a connection back. I don't know. But we will never know, will we? So, yes. The only guy I think, Owen, Roberto, Jack Payne got penalties. Everybody else, though, only 3 drivers got penalties that race. Everyone else kept it clean. I didn't see how many warnings they get as well, but I didn't really see that. But that was a good race. I enjoyed that. And thank you guys so much for watching this race. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. There'll be more action next week in ILR5 for the Bahrain Grand Prix at 8 PM. So, another tricky track for drivers. So, but more tricky in terms of tyre wear. So, there's going to be good in terms of strategy to find out what tyres will be the best tyres to go on. If you want some more ILR action, there's the ILR Xbox races at 7:30 tomorrow on Twitch and YouTube. More information about where it will be on Twitter tomorrow. And on Sunday, we got ILR 1, 2, and 3 for PS4, plus ILR Americas as well, if you want to watch that. So, plenty of ILR action to keep you going for the next couple of days if you're still bored and waiting for ILR action. So, that's it for me. I've been Just Game 35. I'll be commentating on ILR3 Xbox tomorrow if you want to catch me then. But I'll be back with ILR5 next week. And we will see you then. Have a good evening, everybody. Ciao. Goodbye.